All right, cool. Now say the spiel. The stuff for the giveaway is there in the fucking chat if you need to see it. Anyone that follows today goes in a wheel at the end of the stream. Once shit is done, I will do it because it just crashed the goddamn stream for some reason. And then, yeah, so super chill. All the information's there. If you need the Discord, to join the Discord, because obviously I'll have to get in contact with you to send you a copy of this, !Discord. But yes, ! Giveaway to see the information on the giveaway as well. It's pretty straightforward. We're giving away a copy of Hades 2 on Steam. Cool. Awesome. Ready check from the players?
Ready.
Okay. I don't know if that was everyone, but we're going to assume it was everyone. Excellent. So, to pick up from last time, the players had successfully helped Oedipus claim the throne. And then they were given Tiresias to do with whatever they may, take him to safety, not take him to safety, their choice. And so they've come to this place called the Villa. They ran into a guy with a lot of eyes called Argus, and he gave them the small task of taking out a Lesser Gorgon. Things didn't go too well with the Lesser Gorgon. It royally kicked the shit out of them.
Yep.
The players were forced to flee. Alexon almost died, which was pretty wild. And they ran with their tails between their legs into the house of Argus, which is this little place right here. Because they survived, though, they were given a level up. So all of them allow level 2 and tier 2 because we're using Daggerheart. So for newcomers should add giveaway and Discord in title for newcomers. Okay. Yes, so they're all in here. They're leveled up to level 2. They're stronger. They're more capable. And have just, I believe they're going to take a long rest so that they can implement their level ups and whatnot. But I will leave that to them as we start the session. You guys can go crazy.
Still waiting on GM.
Okay, cool. Boom. There you go. I assume you're here in the map now?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's all you.
Wait, where is Elliot?
Aya's just gonna sit here, kind of hug her knees, very traumatized.
There.
Oh, I can't kill her.
Clementine is also feeling a bit traumatized, but at the same time, the fact that she faced such a creature and survived has kind of imbued her with a sense of renewed confidence. Even though she didn't do shit in the fight, she cowered and hid for the fight. She feels like the fact that she was able to think on her feet and get out quickly, like ahead of everyone, has made her feel stronger. So she's kind of, she's shaken, but she's kind of holding herself with an air of like, that's right, like, I know how to get myself out of a shitty situation, like always. Like, I'm confident in my abilities. And so she's kind of like leaning against the chair, looking around at her travel companions.
Alexon will kind of walk over to Elio, put his hand on his shoulder, and just kind of go, that was quick thinking, Elio. You made sure that we all got out safely. How are you feeling, my friend?
I do not need to receive praise. We have failed. We almost lost you.
I wouldn't say that was failure. We knew that going in, It was a beast that was beyond our comprehension. At least now we know what it is and how it moves and how it strikes.
It is true, but I think armed with this information, we could ponder for another time to fight it. I don't think the time is now, even though we are relatively well rested. I say that as I'm like probably still the most injured in the party. But yes, I think we should take some rest. This it's been a lot.
Yes, it has been a long day. Rest would do us well.
Please take your hands off my shoulder. He slowly inches sideways.
This fucking guy.
Oh,
Oh.
you go.
I was just gonna say, like, at the start of like the long rest, Isadora is just going around to everyone and checking that everyone's okay and if they're hungry and yeah, and it's like giving like people water and just making sure everyone is good. Like on that, I'd like doing as much as she can to kind of help apart from like because all the trauma, and so she's just trying to help in any other way that she can.
Thank you, Dora.
Clementine's gonna kind of slant her way up to Ione and just be like, "You're a lot braver than you look, little mouth."
What do you mean?
Not anyone can stand up to a beast and dare it to come back downstairs. I was impressed with your gusto.
Oh, that was terrifying.
Clementine
that
kind of like
was-
grabs her wrist and like squeezes it and goes, "Don't worry, it was quite a sight to behold."
Okay, thanks. I think I would rather not be in a situation like that again.
No, let's agree to avoid these kinds of situations moving forward
And
as
Elliot
much
kind
as we
of
can.
yells out for loud talk from the back, and perhaps don't antagonize the enemy.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Ione. It's totally fine. I think it's this is the first time you've been in a situation like that, right? We're all learning here.
I was
She
feeling
kind of says that a bit louder.
a little overconfident, I think, because I think you all are so amazing and so strong. So I felt confident going in there that we can take on anything.
Isadora grabs Ione's hand and gives it a squeeze as well. Did Clementine let go, or is she still holding her hand, and we're just like both holding each?
So we're both holding a hand. We're both all holding a hand.
You are mighty strong as well, Ione. Don't you like? I completely agree. Going in there, I felt that confidence as well, and I just not every time it's gonna work out the way we plan, and I think that's totally fine. But you are, like Clementine was saying, you are brave and strong as well. Okay, don't think you're anything less than what you are.
Clementine's gonna kind of like look over her shoulder as she says this and say, "And don't mind Elio. He's a bit of a sourpuss." And then she's gonna kind of like throw a wink over her shoulder at Elio.
Who is going upstairs at the moment, freezes mid-stairs, kind of looks at her and keeps going upstairs.
I thought he did great.
Well, I mean, you did a lot better than me. I completely froze up. I'd never seen anything like that before, and in my life.
No, I think we are alive because of you, because you were the first person to recognize that this threat is something we cannot take on. I still thought that we could, but when you said it, it became very clear that this is something above our abilities, and I think we all owe you our life.
Clementine kind of like, she's not a bashful person, but her cheeks still kind of like heat up a little bit, and she's not used to like such open compliments that aren't necessarily about how she looks, and so she kind of like looks down and goes, "Thank you, Ione. I appreciate that. In my line of work, it's definitely better to know when to cut your losses before it's too late."
That's a very good skill to have.
Indeed, it's definitely saved my buns a couple of times.
So as you guys are sort of sitting there chatting, you can see Ilio walk upstairs. You get to the top of the stairs. Argus like rolls onto his side and looks at you. He's like, "What do you want? I'm trying to sleep."
Um, is there perhaps a place for us to take the some rest?
You can set your beds or whatever you have up downstairs. The room is plenty big enough.
Okay, I just wanted to have your consent. This is your place after all.
Of course, of course. Well, it's not like you could stay in the villa because you didn't kill the Gorgon.
Hmm. Well, glad that we are alive and can try another time when we are stronger.
All right.
Unless you wished we stayed there and turned into statues alongside your master.
No, no, it's fine. Just stay downstairs.
Yes. Keep crying with this music to my ears. Uh,
Damn.
I go downstairs and I
Crazy.
just go, well, we are allowed to set bedrolls and whatever we have down here. Upstairs is the crying baby's place.
Mr. DM, would I have seen the thing upstairs as well, like the little gazebo looking thing up the top? Like that's obviously like that
Not
is
really.
real. No, okay.
You wouldn't have really seen it, no. So, like, when you walked in, obviously all the attention was on the main building itself, and then you haven't been upstairs and you were rushed over here, so you wouldn't have had a good chance to have a good look at it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Clementine's gonna kind of like look around, and like her eyes will fall onto like where the supposed kitchen is, and then take a look around at her weary friends and say, perhaps we should focus on a good meal and making sure that our bellies are full before we settle down for the night.
Okay, I can help.
Great. Clementine kind of like releases her hand because she's been holding it this whole time.
It's getting sweaty.
And then she
Getting
looks over
sweaty.
at Tiresias and goes, "And Tiresias, are you also hungry? Is there anything I can get you?"
Oh, I'm starving. That would be excellent, thank you. He like drops off of the chair. He's like follows around the table to where your voice is like, yes. I mean, I'll take literally anything they have.
Can I give him Maza, the barley cake that I have in my storage? Like the hardtack barley cake. I have this for you if you want.
Ooh, a little bit of barley. Well, yeah, this is lovely. This is lovely. As
It's
he
your travel rations.
takes it and he drops into the nearest seat and sits and just sort of nibbles away at it. He's like, "Oh, this is nice. I could do this more often. Beats prison, that's for sure."
Do you think our esteemed guest would want some food as well?
He
We can
seems
make him some anyway.
a little bit sooky right now, so definitely not going to be me that takes it up to him.
I can do it. Once we see if there's anything to cook first. Ione, should we?
Yeah.
Shall we?
I'll make some tea as well.
Cool. So
Can
you
I
go.
look to see if there's anything in here to cook?
Yeah, yep. So his kitchen is stored with relatively basic stuff. It is again, it's like some wheat, barley, the odd like tomato and imported fruit, and whatnot. So you can definitely make something of like suitable nutritional value for the party.
Can I make bread, lightly toasted bread with cheese and sliced fruit?
Sure, 100%. Let's get a. You want to give us a roll? See how well you
Yeah.
do for this.
Yeah.
Like just
Can
it
I
would-
wait, because Ione's helping me, can it be with advantage?
Yeah.
if
I'm happy.
Ione wants to spend a hope to give you advantage, then yes,
Mm-mm.
because that's how that works.
Never mind then. Never mind then. I'm used to D&D rules. Never mind.
yeah. In this, you got
I'll
to spend
take
a
it.
hope. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So then, yeah, we will get a. I feel like your performance skill is probably the best one for
Yeah.
this.
Presents.
Yeah, go on, give us presents. Presents will do.
Okay. Presents is a +2. An
You know
11
what?
with
While
hope.
they
Hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, Elio.
while they're doing this, can I just play my lyre in just like a low serenade to kind of calm everyone's nerves?
Aw.
Yeah, I do not sing alongside it. I just play.
Of course. Did you want to roll anything, or are you happy just playing something basic?
I'm just playing something basic. Yeah.
Cool. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, you play some music as Clementine and Ione head into the kitchen and start to make up some toast and whatnot.
And tea.
And tea. And 11 with hope is definitely going to be enough to do it. You guys prepare the meal and come out. Everyone is fed. You guys can begin your long rest as you have suitable food. I'll put down some bedrolls in the map, and we'll consider this to be your like camping spot, essentially your place of stay for the night.
I forgot how to long rest.
The
You take the
downtime.
downtime.
Oh,
Prepare.
downtime. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clearing
the-
all wounds, repairing all armor.
cool.
I'm going
I'm very
to
injured.
clear all stress and
Is anyone preparing so we can get double hope?
Prepare.
I'm preparing.
Okay. I think can we say that the preparing for me and Clementine is just doing the food and maybe making some extra for breakfast, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds good. Like we made a little bit of extra toast or something like that.
Yeah. She ground her own like leaves to make tea.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind that at all.
As for Elio, he's
Yippee!
just bandaging his wounds and cuts, kind of cleaning them with water. Just wrapping them all up so there's no open wounds.
Yeah, Isadora, just before the sun sets, would go outside and meditate while she clears all her stress. And
Excellent.
she just communes with nature before coming back in.
Excellent. Cool. All right. So during this long rest, a few things happen. So first thing, you guys are just sort of relaxing. Some of you are sleeping. I spend 8 fear
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
to move things along a little bit in the world. So you're all relaxing, resting. The night is going pretty straightforward. And then coming from the direction of Thebes, you hear just ring out across the country. But coming from that direction, you sort of feel like this uncomfortable urge inside you all, and you swear the air gets just a little bit thicker. A couple hours after that, some of you are a bit more on edge now. You were woken up by the sound. You hear a knock at the door of this building.
Oh my god.
I have my bow
This is what
drawn.
I was gonna say. I wanted the top area so that we could keep an eye out for anything approaching us. Ah.
Yeah. I want my bow, my palintonos, drawn and aimed at the door, and I kind of want to whisper to Alexon, "Be careful."
So
Clementine's
we
gonna
haven't
grab
clicked confirm
Tiresias's
for our
arm.
long rest yet, is that right?
Yeah, you just
Not
click
yet.
confirm.
Oh,
No, you
I
can
already
if you want
Oh, I
to,
clicked
but
it already.
that's fine. It's fine. You can click it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Clementine is gonna grab Tiresias's hand and like pull him into the kitchen and like kind of. Is there a door to the kitchen or is it's an open plan kitchen? I'm assuming.
It's open plan. Yeah.
Okay, well she's just gonna put him in this little corner here, and just say, "Stay quiet."
Okay. He sits to the
Ione's
side.
hiding under the table.
All right. You guys all assume your positions, hide as you will, etc., etc. And another knock comes at the door.
Alexon approaches the door. He's very like unguarded. His sword is still sheathed, and he will open the door.
Excellent. You slowly push the door open as you do. A figure steps back to avoid it, and you see standing in front of you this. It's quite difficult to assess because he looks like an older gentleman. He's quite gaunt. You see, he's essentially skin and bones. He has these sharp, pointed ears, and essentially nothing but the clothes around his waist. And then in his hand, what looks like some kind of small plate that's got a cloth over the top of it. He sort of steps up, nods down, gets on one knee, and holds out the plate in front of you, as if gesturing like a beggar.
Are you all right, old man?
He looks up at you and sort of gestures the plate towards you without saying anything.
Alexon will kind of reach into his pocket for like a coin. Are you after coin? And he will like tap the coin on his plate.
Yeah, okay. Give me real quick an instinct. Yourself or Clementine or Isadora. All three of you could give it to me if you wish.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Sorry?
Instinct.
Did you say?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, Isadora would have walked up, just like seeing like a beggar, and she's like, sees that Alexon's talking to them, but she kind of really wants to like let them inside. Especially after hearing that noise. Instinct +3.
Mine is 15 with hope. Clementine is looking like also just kind of assessing this beggar as she has experience with the new gods just like disguising themselves, so she's kind of checking to see potentially anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
for
okay.
this beggar.
So, Alexon, you're the only one that manages to catch this. As you're sitting here, sort of looking at this beggar, you see his mouth sort of open slightly, and you can see where there should be a tongue, there isn't one. As you see, like a serrated back of a tongue, as he's had his tongue cut out. He again gestures the bowl or the plate towards you.
He'll like kind of look in his direction and go, it's a cold night. Do you want to come inside?
He shakes his head.
Alexon. Elio just like yells out from the back, Alexon.
Alexon will kind of like turn back and look at Elio.
Gives you a disapproving head shake.
Clementine's gonna kind of step forward and put her arm on Alexon's, like her hand on Alexon's arm, and kind of like step in front of him and say, "Are you after food?"
Shakes his head. And he gestures again towards Alexon and the coin pouch.
He will place the coin on the plate.
Excellent. You watch as he like thankfully nods down and everything, and then steps back as if to give you room to shut the door.
Wait.
Wait. Please take some food.
Ione's witnessing this from under the table. Gonna come out. And she's gonna leave a coin in his plate as well.
Yeah, Clementine's also going to put a coin in the plate as well.
Isadora, seeing both of them, she's like,
Peer
"Oh, okay."
pressure.
And then she'll pop a coin in, and then are you sure you don't want to come inside?
I still have my bow drawn the entire time.
He shakes his head and sort of brings out one of the arms and gestures towards the door. Does almost like an uncharacteristic small sort of like bow. You see his like sad grey colorless eyes and grey hair. He just looks very deflated, but he at least is able to sum up the charisma to bow to you respectfully after you've given him this coin.
Alexon will like walk back and get some food from the table that Ione and Clementine cooked, and he'll go in front of him and be like, "Please, if you're not coming inside, at least take this for your journey."
Okay. He takes the food and again like bows to you and nods, and he reaches forward and gives you like a sort of really appreciative like touch on the hand, and then steps back and nods as if to conclude your meeting.
Can I take a look specifically at the tongue that I noticed?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna roll my grim psychometry, which is a +2 to roll, and I need to beat a 12. 13 with hope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mark a stress, and I wanna like focus on it, and I'm trying to have an understanding which will trigger a vision in my mind about the recent violence that happened around this person.
Okay. So when you say recent,
So essentially, I'll just read it. Mark a stress to have a vision of the most recent violence involving the target, and until you finish a long rest, you have advantage on any action roll to recall lore about
Okay.
the things of this vision.
so you try and focus on the tongue and try and get it, but unfortunately, you see this figure. You see him sitting in the streets of Thebes as a merchant walks up and kicks him in the stomach, pushes him to the side, and other villagers come up and take his money and all that. And you can't get anything related to his tongue specifically, just general, most recent violence committed against him.
Lexon will like kind of linger on his thoughts a little bit as he looks at him, and then he'll reach for his cowl, which is like this thick wolf fur, and he'll like unclip it, and he'll kind of swing it around his back, and go, "This means nothing to me anymore, but please keep yourself warm." And like kind of gives a look of like understanding and just, I know what you're going through, but things will get better.
He takes it, sort of holds it close to his chest for a minute, and you see like a single tear roll down his cheek. He attaches it onto his back. You see this thing that is like a cape for you is like a full cloak for him, and completely covers his body. He's like nodding at you all, like with this like absolute gratification. He stands there. He pulls off of the plate this sheet, this like sort of white tablecloth or paper tea cloth looking thing, and holds the coin in it, and he very, very slowly places the plate down at your feet and then turns and begins to walk away. And for someone that looks so old, he is incredibly spry. As before you know it, before you're even able to look at the plate on the ground, he's essentially back onto the main road and heading out.
For an old man, as Alexon looks down at the plate.
Cool. Yeah, so you look down and you see what looks like this just regular silver plate, but it's upside down for some reason.
We'll bend down and pick it up.
So you pick
and
it
look
up,
at it.
you turn it over. The underside of this plate is highly reflective. You can see your own reflection clear as day in this silver plate.
He'll like kind of turn around and look at Isadora behind him and Clementine and just be like, I hope he's okay, as he hands the plate to Isadora.
That's a very expensive looking plate. Surely he needs it more than us.
It's,
Very peculiar. I just don't. I don't understand. What's he doing here at such a time like this? And then he didn't want to come inside. Can I kind of like inspect the plate?
Yeah,
Like see if I notice like any like markings or like
Mhm.
maybe there's like something written on it or something like really finely like small print or something.
yeah, sure. You can give us an instinct.
An instinct.
I lower my bow down now.
Instinct is +3. Oh, not great. 10 with fear.
Getting some of that fear back, baby. All right. Looking at this plate, it is like this solid silver plate. And again, it is insane to you how this thing is almost a mirror with how reflective it is. There are no other markings on it, nothing that you can notice. The back of it is more like a brushed silver. But yeah, this plate that's roughly, let's say, 30 centimeters wide, it's just highly reflective.
I'm gonna turn to take the mirror to Ione.
Alexon will close the door.
Cool. Shut the door behind you.
Is he gone?
So he's he's gone and he left this plate and I was wondering like cuz you know your mama is you know you guys are quite mystical, you know. This is kind of I've had a look at it and she like shows Ione like it's I
Ione
feel
observes
like
it.
this should be you know, at least scratched, but there's like not a mark on it. And yeah, I don't know. Have you ever heard of any kind of kind of magic that can do this to a plate?
Have I heard of any magic that can do?
No, you haven't.
Not really. That must be very, very powerful to preserve a plate like this. It almost looks like a mirror. Maybe some rich person would like to put it on their wall so they can look at themselves, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot to that
And
man.
did Alexon did he take the coins or have the coins disappeared?
He basically bundled everything that you gave him up in the cloth that he had on top of the plate and took the cloth with the coins and stuff in them. So like imagine he had a plate, right? And the plate
Yeah.
has like a fucking tea cloth over the top of it. He like knapsacked the tea cloth, left the plate.
It looks very expensive and valuable. I'm not sure why he had something like this.
Clementine, do you want to maybe Tiresias has heard of something like this? I don't know. It's just a bit odd that plate.
I got an idea. What if we take it as a peace offering to the monster in the house and ask her to leave kindly?
Oh my god. Sorry, out of character. I've just realized what it's fucking for.
Brother.
Didn't we hear about an artifact?
Yeah, we sure did.
You want to go give it to the enemy?
Yeah,
You go,
we
it's
should
like,
give it.
she is
So-
fucking murders you.
Tony, I think you're onto something, but I don't think we give it to her.
She
It's just you just
stole an
jogged my
entire
memory.
house, right?
Well,
So maybe she just likes material things.
that is possible. But do you remember Argus saying it was August, right? Yeah. There was like the last person to have versed a Gorgon had a special artifact. And he also told us that the Gorgons, you can't look at them, right? But what if they were to look at themselves? This
Well,
is a mirror.
well,
And
surely then she'd turn to stone, right?
I mean, what do y'all
Maybe.
think? I think that's like,
I think we should
if we can.
we should ask Argus what she did to the mirrors in the house, if there were any.
I think it was brash for all of you to stand in front of the house with an unknown stranger, offering him to come inside.
I don't know that is the with that is
He
the
was a
way
beggar,
I live.
Elio.
Strangers, like, that's law. Xenia is law. Is it not law where you are? You
I've
have
told
to
you, my place is one that's not like that. You live in a paradise.
Well,
Good on you.
I wouldn't call it a paradise. That's just the way things are. You know, there is consequences for going against, a welcoming home. Things happen to people if they take your trust and they screw you over. Like, that's just what happens.
But we strangers ourselves, Elio. We're protecting this prophet, Tiresias. I didn't meet him until today. There's nothing wrong with treating the world
This
with.
is a different thing. Our fates are tied to him. We are prophesied to save him.
My
Well,
mother taught me hospitality. When someone in need comes knocking on your door, you help them. That is the only way I know.
Well, my mother is dead, so I don't know what your philosophies have anything to do with me. I'm just saying, be careful next time.
I see.
If it was an attack, all of you would have been attacked in one go, and I'm far at the back. My arrow could have missed and hit one of you.
it was an attack, Elio. We deal with it as it comes, right? There's plenty of dangers ahead of us. Helping a beggar in the middle of the night shouldn't concern us this much. And I took a look at his past. He's not really had the greatest of life recently.
What do you? Is that the bug in your head again?
No, it is.
He's gone
not,
quiet again.
It's not the bug, Ione. I have this ability, and I've had it since I was a very young age. I'm given visions in my mind. Sometimes, if I focus on something clearly, and I'm able to look into someone's past or something's past, and when I looked into his eyes, I saw him in the streets of Thebes, days in the roads, begging as well, while people
Aya's gonna
ignored him.
squint her eyes and move closer to Alexon. looking very suspicious. Look into my eyes. What do you see? She's staring at him with her big, very bright green eyes, unnaturally green.
Okay. I will use my grin. I will use my
Okay.
commentary.
Okay.
Ione.
Okay, well, you do so.
How far back does it go?
It's the most recent, so it's
Well, that would
literally
be-
when you got slashed. So you start to look into her eyes, and you see from Ione, you see like this short person's point of view. As she's like leaned here on this couch, she turns and you see yourself. See it being manhandled by this gorgon as it darts past her and slashes into the side of her with this scimitar.
Can I try to remember like a distinct moment from that vision that I would have only captured from her perspective?
Him dying, maybe.
Yeah, that would probably be it. You seeing yourself, and it's probably a really intimidating thing to see as you watch through Ione's eyes as she rushes outside of the building. She turns back, sees you trying to make your way out as an arrow pierces straight through your stomach, and you watch through her eyes as you drop to the floor and start to die. And she, you feel the terror and the pain in her as she's like freaking out about this, and yeah, you see, you watch the whole thing unfold.
Oh, all right. I'll kind of communicate that in a very obscure way as well. I'll be like, well, the way it works, Ione, is I can only see the most recent violence, and seeing that we just escaped that gorgon, you did feel through terror and pain. At least that is what I felt from how you felt when we escaped the villa.
Okie dokie.
Sure. Okay.
guy. Like,
Well,
Okay, guy.
I will kill you, Alexa.
Elio, I understand that biggest thing for you is you're hard to trust. And I get that, and I don't expect you to trust me or anyone here fully straight away. But I think you definitely should keep it in mind that, if we're together, where we're supposed to be a team for now. I'm not saying that, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the next day, but right now we're taking care of each other, and so we're not gonna we're not always gonna be so eager to put others in danger. But I understand what you're saying, and I'll definitely keep a mind out of it, but about, being a bit more wary, but I think you should also have you meet me halfway kind of thing, because Xenia is something that I cannot go against. It is law for me. It's not a thing that I can just give up on. It's not something that I can throw away so easily. So yeah, just keep that in mind for me if you could.
He just glares at you through his brows, and for like a good 2 seconds of awkward silence, he goes, "We'll see."
Thank you. All right. Well, did Clementine get Tiresias?
yeah, he's walked.
Yeah.
He's walked back in the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
We should rest while we can. I couldn't sleep at all because of the thunder.
yeah.
That was pretty loud.
Well, if you want, Ione, you could come sleep closer to me if you like. Storms don't really bother me.
I'd like that, thank you.
The cold never bothers me.
sorry, that's a different idea in car. Sorry. What if you want to get ready? I'm just gonna speak to Tiresias quickly.
Hey.
Well, hi. I just wanted to double check. Um, so a beggar came to the door. I don't, you probably heard everything. And I just wanted to, double check. Do you recognize this at all? Does this like spark anything with you? And
What,
she shows him
a
the
beggar
plate.
coming to the door, and he.
She shows him the plate. She's
What?
like showing him the plate.
So
Does
how
this,
do you
and she
show him the
turns.
plate?
I've just like brought it over and just like handed it to him.
Feel this.
Line. Ichor.
It's you hand him the plate, and he's holding onto it. He's like, this feels like a plate. I'm not sure what to tell. It's quite smooth on this side and rough on the other, but from what I can tell, it is a plate.
Oh, yeah, no worries. It was it was a long shot. I thought, just with the stories we heard yesterday, I thought maybe you might know something.
In Alexon's mind, Metis told him yesterday about was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday.
This day, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are still in the middle of the rest.
Yeah, a couple hours ago about an artifact that defeated that helped a warrior defeat another Gorgon. And now they're talking about artifacts in his mind. He's like, Metis, is this of some significance?
Well, I don't remember what the artifact was, but I suppose, given the nature of the Gorgon's abilities, if you were to use this to look at it, it probably wouldn't turn you to stone because you're not looking directly at it. So maybe this is something very similar to whatever artifact was used.
So are you saying that as long as we look at it from the mirror and not look at it directly, that wouldn't turn us into stone?
I am not saying anything. I am just assuming that yes, you are less likely to turn into stone if you look at it this way. But again, I cannot promise you anything and don't want you dying on my behalf. So be careful, I guess, the best way to go about it.
Guys, I know you don't believe me about the fly in my head, but the fly in my head says that if we use the plate, that we should be fine looking at the Gorgon from its reflection. Completely ignoring everything else.
Well, I know. Should we put it to a vote? Do we want to try and fight this Gorgon again, or we coming back? Because I know Elio didn't really want to.
I was expecting some drawback from that. The fly cannot confirm if it is safe, only that it might be less likely. I'm sorry, I thought you guys would make fun of me for the fly again. I do not want you rushing into battle unplanned as we did before.
Well, no, yeah, well, it what you're saying does have some logic to it. So, even if you have to, say it was a fly, it does have some logic. So I understand. But yeah, are we wanting to try again, or are we wanting to come back?
I personally think, Isadora, that we came here to find a safe place for Tiresias, and we have not exactly achieved that. The Gorgon walked in broad daylight to the villa and did what it did. There is no stopping it from doing the same to this house over here as well. I do believe that it would be a tough battle, but we are at least a little more aware of its capabilities. And I think if we plan strategically, we should be able to take care of the Gorgon. Finding
Right.
another place for Tiresias is will it'll just take us to where we were before.
Right. Out of character, did Tiresias give me back, like, hand me back the plate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well. I don't know if I'll be the best person to hold on to this, just with my powers. So, and she hands the plate back to Alexon.
John kind of takes it and he keeps it in an accessible place.
Cool.
Well, maybe we should sleep on it, and then we can discuss in the morning. And she's gonna go over to Ione. And her she's we're gonna have our beds. Okay, we'll have beds here.
Awesome. Any other business before you finalize the long rest?
Why are you laughing?
Nothing. It's just the nighttime, you know.
Nah,
Easy. You're crazy.
sleep.
All right. You guys all plop down and head to sleep. Tiresias takes his over in the corner, and the rest of the night passes by with no issue. Let me change it
No
as
more thunder.
no more thunder as the day slowly rolls around, but coming with this day
God
is
damn it.
a light fog that does sort of obscure the ground sort of everywhere around you. It's quite hard to see over the cliffside outside now. You can sort of look out of the windows. You can barely make out the water as the fog has even risen up onto this sort of plateau that you're on. But
Did we hear rain as well, or was it only lightning?
only lightning. And not multitudes of, but one single crack.
One. Okay.
As turns to day, and you guys wake up. You get up to see Tiresias is already sitting down at the table, pondering to himself as you all start to stir.
I can go and make some tea for everyone. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Clementine's just kind of sitting there, brushing her hair, daydreaming.
That's
Not really
already perfect in the
daydreaming.
morning.
Yeah. She wakes up looking perfect every day, but she likes to maintain hygiene. So she's brushing her hair. She looks like she's pondering, but on the inside she's going, "Holy fuck, they're gonna make me go back into that house, aren't they?"
Isadora's gonna come up to Clementine. Good morning. How'd you sleep?
Clementine's gonna kind of like startle out of her daydream and go, "Oh, great, love. You know, it's not the worst place I've ever slept. I've dealt with a lot worse."
Oh, really?
Oh.
Do you mind me asking, like, what kind?
Well, you know, people have weird kinks, is all I would say.
You look
okay,
like you
yeah.
would sleep in nice beds all the time and like
Most
good
part,
houses.
yes. I definitely prefer it, and my room's back at the tavern. Ah, beautiful silk sheets, fluffy pillows. I do miss it. I do miss it a lot. But yes, I have spent a day or two on the ground of Barn.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you guys?
No, not really. This is kind of my first kind of travel, and most of the time I've been sleeping, in my own bed, apart from when I visit Ione, of course. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I live in a small hut in the swamp with my mom. I have my own bed. It's nice, but sometimes um I lose track of time and sleep outside, looking at the stars.
Isn't that dangerous?
Um,
Well, I guess she's
maybe
still here, right? Can't be that
Um,
dangerous.
there's not much going on in this one. There's just a few galapa and my friend. Well, she looks a little bit sad for a moment. Yeah, it's just me and my mom and some galapa every now and then.
gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a place where you can sleep outside and not have to worry about danger, perhaps that is where we should have taken Tiresias.
That's what I thought.
Ah, well. Looks like we'll be going into that house soon.
Oh.
I think I understand you're nervous, of course, after yesterday afternoon. But we can still have that same mindset. If things look like they are taking a turn for the worse, we can all be like to get out of there. No one lingering,
Well, something
all on the
tells me
same
that she won't
page.
be as lenient the second time around. What are the chances that the beast of that power would let a group of annoying pests leave her home twice? I think if we go back in there, we stay or we die.
May I make a suggestion?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Please do.
Maybe it is worth trying yourselves in combat against a less competent foe. I am by no means a warrior or a hero or adventurer, but if it seems like for some of you this is the first true fight that you've had, and my recommendation would be maybe to not go up against something as damning as a gorgon. If it did not come and kill us in the middle of the night, there's a good chance it does not plan on coming over here.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a very good point.
And we do
Didn't
have
we
that
didn't we
job.
also have a band
Yeah.
of thieves we need to take care
Yeah,
of?
bandits, and also the thief 15 years ago, remember?
Yes, we've got plenty of options, and that can test our worth. And if it ends up, being easy, then we come back. Yes,
Well,
Tiresias.
the only thing
Elio's
is
gonna
that
run up and give him a big smooch on the cheek. Yes, Tiresias.
Oh, thank you. That's quite lovely. As you guys are like celebrating, you hear Alexon outside doing his exercises and whatnot. Ilio sort of starts to stir a little bit in his sleep.
Elio's dead in the corner.
I would say, just with him, kind of not really sleeping well the past couple of days. It's kind of caught to him, and he's in this deep sleep. And it looks like he's having nightmares because he's starting like, no, no, please, please.
Tine's gonna kind of approach Elio quietly, and she's gonna kneel down and just gently shake him awake. Elio,
Right
Elio,
before
wake.
you shake him awake, you hear him go, Jesus, don't leave me, please. Ah, um, hel- uh,
You were, dreaming. And for some reason I have a Texan accent.
some reason, yeah, I'm dreaming, partner.
Oh, you were dreaming. I I just wanted to let you know that you're safe.
Talking about is the day. It's morning. Well, are we about to kill the Gorgon or what's going on?
No, we thought it might be better to face a lesser beast first to test our worth. We're probably going to head for either the bandits or the thief that stole the coin 15 years ago.
Right. Yeah. I'm good with anything that you go with.
Clementine's gonna kind of like take her hands off Elio because she knows that he doesn't like being touched, and then she's gonna stand up and say, "Take as much time as you need. I believe we still have to grab Alexon, and we still have to pack for the journey. So take some time."
He didn't even register you had his hand. You had your hands on him.
He's still half asleep.
He has other things to worry about. Anyway.
Clementine's gonna then be like, "I'll get Alexon. You guys perhaps start packing for the journey."
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I'll have some of my tea. You can have some of my tea as well. I'm gonna pack some of the leftovers.
You guys all start to get ready and whatnot, and as Clementine heads out to speak to Alexon, Tiresias sort of does like this slight cough that the people inside the building can hear. He's like, I don't, before you go, I suppose you would like to ask me some questions.
Who's speaking? Sorry.
Tiresias.
Oh, I thought you said Alexon, and I was like, "Why are you speaking for Alexon?"
Yep.
Yeah, actually, we do. We might just wait till everyone comes inside. That's all right.
Of course, of
Let's
course.
Alexon is like still mid workout, mid swinging his Typhos.
Gonna take a bit to watch. She's just gonna watch a bit, in the morning sun glistening, and she's just gonna kind of like nod approvingly for a bit, not announcing herself. And then once she's had her fill, she's gonna kind of give a kind of loudish.
Oh, Clementine, are we killing the Gorgon now? I feel that I'm ready.
Come inside, and we will discuss the plan that we've come up with. We think it might be best to face a lesser foe and then come back and fight the Gorgon once we are sure we can defeat it. But here, we'll explain everything. Come inside. Sorry to interrupt your workout.
That's all right. And he's like, yeah, he's sweaty as fuck. He's looking for some water.
Clementine is side-eyeing him so bad, like catching more glimpses of it all.
There's tea served on the table.
Okay.
Elio's drinking the tea silently.
I think we should have a discussion with Tiresias and learn what we can before deciding if we want to go for the bandits first and try to investigate what happened to the king, or go for the thief that stole some money from the bank 15 years ago. Because we clearly need to learn more about battle and about fighting alongside each other before we can face someone as fearsome as the Snake Lady.
I'm inclined to
Wise
agree.
words.
Wise words, Ione.
Okay, now questions for Tiresias first. I wanted to know if you knew the Pythia.
Not personally. Pythia is someone of, obviously high station, or Well, I suppose you're all young. You wouldn't know what the Pythia was back then. But not
She was a bitch.
personally.
That's what she was.
You are obviously someone that has been spurned by prophecy, and you watch and you can see as his like hands, like he's sitting on the table, he's got his fingers crossed, and you can see immediately as he says this to you, this sort of like nervousness run across him as his hands are like clenching a little bit. You're obviously someone that has been spurned by prophecy before, but you must remember that with prophets, it is never their choice. It is simply the message given to them to pass on.
Alexon shakes his head disapprovingly, but he's not saying anything.
But to answer that question, no, I did not personally know the Pythia. I'm sorry.
She was killed in front of us by Cerberus.
Once upon a time, that would surprise me, but not anymore. The underworld
Why?
doesn't work the same as it used to. It's not a place where souls are trapped in the same way. There is more torment now, more games. The one that watches over it she's cunning, clever, malicious.
What did she do to Hades?
I don't. He like sort of puts his head in his hands. He's like, it's. I don't know, and that probably surprises you all. That I don't know what the new gods did to the old gods. I do know who does, or at least who can help you find that information, but I do not know. I cannot see the new god's path. For some reason, prophecy does not come to them. It does not help see their future. It doesn't. They are separated from prophecy somehow.
But then why do they try to kill you? Or why are they hunting all prophets if no prophecy
As if they don't. It is something people do all the time. If you cannot have it, then you make sure nobody else can have it.
Oh,
That could very well be. Maybe they hunt the prophets so that they can find out answers to questions they have. I'm not sure. I don't know as much about the old or new gods as others do. I'm sorry.
You
Well,
said there's someone that can help us? Who is it?
He sort of tenses up a little bit. He's like, there are two people that can help you. They are brothers. Their reasons for helping you will differ greatly. One of them regrets their actions, and the other one holds on to such anger and rage, and they are both old beings, older than the gods themselves.
what's older than the gods?
Over them to the gods.
The Titans. The brothers that you would be looking for are Prometheus and Epimetheus. They have long and complicated histories with the old gods and have had their run-ins with the new gods as well. They are the only people, I imagine, that would be able to assist you in tracking down the old gods if that is what you wish to do.
I don't know if that is what we wish to do.
And where would we find them?
Last I heard is that they both were located within the Ashen Fissure. They keep to themselves. That's where I heard.
I have no interest in the old gods or the new gods. Tiresias, you said you knew information about my sons.
And his eyes, like with this speed that is very unbecoming of someone that is like him, sort of similar to the old beggar, his eyes dart up towards you. He's like, I unfortunately tell you that your interest is only with the new gods. You are a selfish man, Alexon, and you
That's what I've been saying.
spent so much time worried about yourself and worried about your sons. Did you ever think about what's happened to your wife?
What do you mean? My wife is dead. She's in Elysium now.
What happened to you when you died?
Tiresias, be careful about your next words.
Do not threaten the messenger. I snap out of my tea.
Alexon kind of looks at Elio for a split second, but his anger focused on Tiresias. What do you know about Euphemia?
You were not the only one punished by Hades.
You lie, Tiresias.
I have no reason to lie to you. I gain nothing nor lose anything.
Alexon will fucking slam the table, and he'll dart forward. If anyone stops it, but if he doesn't, if no one stops it,
Well,
he'll
where are you darting forward to?
towards
Where are you darting forward to?
Tiresias. Towards
Well,
Tiresias.
I'm body blocking.
Cool. All right.
Body
he'll
blocking.
Isadora will try to grab his arm, but she's got no.
I'm body blocking. I don't care if he's vegan.
he's not
Clementine's just
he's not
sipping on her tea. She's just letting it happen unfold around her.
he's not going with overwhelming force. So if you even hold his arm a little bit, Isadora, he'll stop and regain his thoughts a little bit. But his sword kind of pointed towards Tiresias. Stop talking in riddles, old man. What do you know about Euphemia?
It's funny that you finally now think about it, and you've spent the last 20, 25 years completely trapped in your own head. Yet you come out here and you threaten me. The only person that can give you information. Do you even love your wife? Because you're not fucking acting like it. Sit down at the end of the table.
Lexon is shaken, his sword kind of drops, and he catches it as he kind of gets his balance, and he puts his sword, or actually he kind of drops his sword, and he takes his hand together, in a sort of a begging, praying kind of pose. He looks at Tiresias. His face, his eyes start to water a little bit. It's please, tell me what you know about Euphemia.
Noticing you, obviously he can't see, but he can feel your tone change. He's like, Euphemia is in the underworld, and her position, what Hades has done to her and Peribawade lets happen is worse than what you had endured. She is reliving her last moments over and over again.
Oh my god.
You say you are not concerned with the new gods or the old gods, but I think you should be. I definitely think you should be.
Alexon kind of like collapses on the floor, his hands like on his head. He's like, no, 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 no. And he's just like he's pounding his head with his fist. He's like, that can't be true. That can't be true. And yeah, he's like nonverbal right now.
And seeing this, he sort of glances towards everybody else besides Helio. And he's like, I think you all should be concerned about the machinations of the new gods. Because I think if you return home, you'll find it not in the state you left it.
Isadora like
Clementine
and
is
like shoots up and says,
Whoa.
what do you mean by that?
Last night, it seems that they made their first move.
The lightning.
They are aware of you, and though I cannot see what they do, I can see what your families have done. And they are not where you left them. You see his hands like rubbing together. He's like visibly uncomfortable with this. He's like, I don't have any comforting things to say to you except that following this path to the new gods and to the old gods and finding them is probably your best bet at finding those that you love. As he still looks at all three of you, and he sort of glances across to Elio, and he reaches out and puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, you should be both grateful, but also I'm sorry for your losses, but to have gone in the way that she did will be far better than to go in the way that their families may if you guys don't do something about it.
What are we talking about? Who?
Your mother.
I don't see how it would have been better. Death is death. Slow death, fast death.
There are things after that that can be far worse.
She speaks true. Death is but the start of the end. As someone who has spent their fair time in the underworld, I can promise you it does not get better.
Ione looks
Clementine
very...
Oh,
Sorry.
You go.
Very visibly shaken, pale, and fidgety, kind of holding onto her dress and fidgeting with it, looking very uncomfortable.
Clementine looks very, very confused and is kind of like looking around because she doesn't understand why she's being included in this. She kind of looks around at everyone and is kind of starting to think like, what do these group of people all have in common that he's talking about, like all this like destiny shit? She just thinks she's here just like to find her dad. So she's looking around like, what?
It's so funny. Meanwhile, Ione is thinking this is all her fault.
Yeah.
She's like, this is all my fault.
Yeah, Clementine's kind of like half being like, should I ditch these guys? Like, have I gotten myself caught up in something that I'm like not supposed to be a part of? And in the awkward silence, Clementine's gonna kind of like be like, well, I may as well ask my question. And so she kind of pulls out the lump of clay and goes, what can you tell me about this? And then she holds out the clay to Tiresias and kind of, she doesn't put it on the table because she understands that it probably does mean something. But yeah, she just like thrusts it out to him and just like says, what do I do with this?
He is like almost relieved to have something that breaks the tension. As he's like takes in his head, he's like, have you tried making something out of it yet?
Clementine kind of purses her lips.
You know the meaning of clay?
No.
Well,
isn't it just what we make vases out of?
no, not quite. No, you are clay. I am clay. We are all clay. That was molded by Hephaestus and Athena a long, long time ago. Prometheus had his touch. It's clay is where we started. It is quite significant to us.
Clementine's gonna kind of, like, purse her lips and then look down at the clay and be like, I see. Thank you for this. I will ponder. And then she's gonna kind of, like, give one last look around, see everyone's super depressed face about what they've just heard, and be like, okay, I'm gonna go wait outside. Thank you again, Tiresias.
Elio is going to grab Clementine's hand before she leaves, quite uncharacteristically. Very gentle, just kind of like, hold on. Did you have family like these people do?
Oh well, yes, my father. That's why I'm here. I'm just trying to find my father. I'm not involved in all of this, new god stuff. I just want to know where my dad is. And I was told that I would need to save him, I believe.
Do you know of your prophecy? That is fine for me to ask.
Yes, I need to free someone from their struggle to save another one, I believe. So I just assumed that if I went with you guys, I would eventually find someone. But I mean, Tiresias, if you have any more information, I would be glad to hear it.
You see the sorrowful look on his face. He's like, there is a reason you are included in that group.
Clementine, she's still not clocking it. She kind of just looks and goes, I mean, my father did. I mean, he worked closely on, like, I don't understand what you mean by that. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my father.
I understand. Maybe you are not ready for this conversation yet.
He's trying to say that your father's implicated with the machinations of this, whatever it is. And I think it is in our best interest to visit Isadora's and Ione's family, because they still have.
He looks towards you, like he looks at your face, and you see this look of just like sadness. He's like, you can't do.
We can.
Isadora, like at the side of that, because they're not there.
He nods. They're not there.
It sounds like a trap has been set for us.
Isadora runs out.
Are you saying that they're... And then she kind of casts a, like, look at Ione, just, like a subtle look, and she doesn't want to upset her, but she has to ask. Are you saying they're dead?
Not yet.
In prison.
Exactly. They are in the new god's possession now, and I cannot see where they are.
I have a question.
Of course.
I only know of Hades being replaced by a new god. How many of the old gods have been replaced by new gods?
He turns and he's like sort of pleasantly surprised by this question. And he turns, he's like, that's a good question. I appreciate you thinking of that. Not all of the old gods have been replaced. Some are in hiding. Some have, well, I heard one had even fled Greece entirely, but they are not all defeated or gone. The majority of them are still in Greece somewhere.
Hmm.
And Prometheus and Epimetheus are likely the best to guide you in the Ashen Fissure, are the best to guide you. But you must figure out what your purposes are with the old gods, as Epimetheus and Prometheus have very, very different views on them.
See, which one favors the old gods?
And he nods his head, he's like, Prometheus.
Okay.
Does Elio by any chance have heard Prometheus and the Flame? The mythos?
Yeah, I think you all would have,
Growing up.
to some extent. Titans aren't shunned in the same way that old gods are. So,
Yeah.
because mythology-wise, giants come from Gaia, Gaia is a titan, etc., etc., Titans are still, to a point, held in some kind of high regard. They were, they aren't wiped from history like the
Okay.
old gods were. So you'd
So
know
Elio,
a little bit.
yeah. So Elio will kind of just like upon Tiresias's words, just go, I thought Prometheus had his liver plucked out every single day. Why would he favor the old gods?
Prometheus loves Zeus specifically, and has always found it in himself to forgive him for what he has done. But more importantly than loving Zeus, Prometheus loves you and humanity. Epimetheus is not as loving, and the trick that the old gods played on him leaves him sour.
I see. Well, that's tough, but it seems like this is our only lead. Are you okay, Isadora? You look a bit.
Yeah, thank you, Elio. I'm worried about my mama.
When you
Tiresias.
left,
Sorry.
we asked a little bit more. They're not dead. They're imprisoned. It's also bad, but not as horrible. If
Well,
that makes you feel any better. Sorry, I'm not good with this.
No. That's fine. That is better than the worst possible scenario. Tiresias, so I was just thinking, and you mentioned that the old gods, you couldn't see what happened to them. So you're saying that something happened to them.
Yes.
They didn't just leave.
They didn't just leave, no.
Okay. Well, that's also good to know. Well, Carry on. That's all I wanted to ask. Sorry. She kind of just tries. She just like kind of like looks at the table and is trying to keep her hands busy.
And that question and realization also hits you, Elio, as it wasn't something you really thought of or considered. But what she asks about the old gods not just leaving and having something happen sort of sits with you. He's like, I'm sorry. I know this is not probably what you all wanted to hear today. It is not fun being a prophet. I hopefully will not need to fulfill this task for much longer and will finally get my rest, but I also fear for what the gods want with me and what they wanted with the Pythia and what they want with this fungal youth you've spoken of. It concerns me. I could not tell you what is more damning of a priority, and I think as heroes that is unfortunately your burden to bear. I don't expect you to have answers and know what to do or where to go, but I wholeheartedly trust that whatever direction you decide to go in will be the right one.
So sorry about that.
Tiresias, just with the mention of Pythia, I know this is a long shot and you don't have the answers to everything, but before she passed, she mentioned that there were two things that the new gods don't have. First was what you mentioned already, the power of prophecy, but she never got to get to the second part. Do you have any idea what she could have said?
He sits and he ponders for a minute. I'm sorry. I don't. The prophecy not affecting or being in use to them is something we only know because we cannot see them. But what else they can and can't do is entirely out of my grasp. I'm sorry.
No trouble. I thought it was a long shot, but I thought I'd ask just in case.
Of course. Of course. I hope your friend Alexon is all right. I haven't even given him the news of his brother's two sons yet, and he is already seeming to be in a hard way. Maybe I could.
He's a very extreme and, like you said, selfish man. Perhaps you could tell us and we'll try to give him the information in a way he can digest.
Okay. So, the new gods, they don't function in the same way that the old gods did. Back when I was younger, there were heroes, much like yourselves, often given gifts or blessings or general help and advice from the gods above. The new gods do not do that. They do not have heroes, but instead have champions, or so they're dubbed. All bar Peribaway have champions, as Peribaway's champion was lost a long, long time ago. Why I'm telling you this is because there is one of the new gods I'm sure you know of called Porphyrion. And Porphyrion, he has two champions. Two Spartan boys. Well, men. It's very complicated, but these champions fulfill the will of these gods. I imagine that in your journey, undoubtedly, you are going to come up against these individuals. And that means that Alexon is likely going to come up against his sons, whether their loyalties remain with their god or their father is unknown.
This Porphyrion, what is he a god of?
Porphyrion is the god of the sun and the moon.
Kind of
Would I know?
keep,
Yeah, go on.
Elio immediately kind of squints and giving Tiresias that feeling that someone's glaring at him.
His ears are his ears are burning up when someone's talking. But anyway, so.
The
Yes.
sun, you said.
The sun, yes.
What happened to Apollo?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to the old gods. I just know that the powers that Apollo used to have seem to be wielded by Porphyrion now, as well as the powers of Artemis.
Fuck.
How do you say the new god's name? Spell it, sorry.
Por, and then Phryyon, Porphyrion. No, Yrion, Porphyrion. I can send them to you afterwards.
You know, it's Apollo and Artemis.
Or do we still have the priority of taking care of that bandit camp then? If this is...
He turns to you, he's like, I still think that proper training and testing your mettle is extremely necessary for what's going ahead. You were worried before about taking on a Gorgon, and now the scope is higher. So the training is more necessary than ever.
Clementine's gonna kind of like, whoop.
Oh, gets on the
Get on the
table.
table.
Starts dancing on the table.
No, she's gonna stand up and like
Wow.
put her hands on the table and be like, look, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. All I came here for, the only reason why I went to Delphi was to find my dad. This is getting too much. I don't know what crazy shit you guys have gotten yourself into and who your parents are, but it's not for me. I have to go back to Thebes. I have to go back to where I can't.
Your father is probably imprisoned as well.
I don't even know him. Why would they? My father was no one. He was a servant working under Aphrodite. He was no one. Just tell me, is Celine okay? Is my home okay?
It is your father that has been taken.
Well, you said you worked for Aphrodite. Is she still around, Aphrodite, or has one of the new gods replaced her as well?
He turns towards Clementine. You can answer that.
Clementine kind of like licks her lips and like nervously and glances at Tiresias because she's heard the story many times from Celine about how she was taken from the island And she kind of looks at Ione and goes, Aphrodite, no one knows what happened to Aphrodite. She disappeared like all the other old gods, but shit, I forgot how to pronounce her name.
Optatia.
Optatia, she came to the island of Cythera when I was a baby and she took it over. That's all I know. I haven't been there since I was a child, but Aphrodite, from my understanding, my father was yes, a servant, I guess. That's all Celine would tell me. But I don't understand why he would be entrapped in this web. I haven't seen him since I was a child. This has nothing to do with me.
Who is your mother?
I think if he's been taken, then you're at least a little bit connected with all of this.
Clementine kind of swallows and goes, like she kind of heard Elio's question,
Yeah.
but it's almost like because she's like
I'm still
so
glaring at you.
overwhelmed. Me?
I'm still glaring. I'm waiting for an answer.
Wide-eyed staring.
Clementine kind of like shakes out of it and goes, my mother left me or died when I was young. Celine won't speak of her. I've got to go. I'm sorry. And then she kind of like hurries out, unwilling to think any more on it. And she kind of...
Yeah, where the fuck's Alexa?
He's just gone.
Catch me outside. How about it?
I just looked outside. I'm like, oh my god.
He's pondering.
Catch me outside.
Offering
How about it?
himself. He's looking at the villa. He's gonna go into the Gorgon.
Yeah, actually, where is he?
Let me saw her.
Because she just thought of it. Tiresias, I'm so sorry. I have another question.
I will do my best to answer.
Have these new gods just taken one important person?
It
Or
seems
possibly?
like it is the person most important to you, yes.
Right. Okay. Well, that means I do have a reason to go back to Futurus then.
Right.
Which I was going to tell you guys before we left here that I needed to go back sooner rather than later, but I guess now we're going that way anyway.
But Isadora, it's a trap.
He puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, there's no trap. They have taken what they wanted.
You said not to go back. Why did you say that?
I did not say not to go back. I have said that they have taken what you would go back for.
Okay.
I'm sorry, your mother is with them.
I know.
No.
I have no one else. I only have my mother.
DM, outside question. Isn't Vataris like far left of the map, like far west?
Yeah.
It's
And isn't the Ashen Fisher like above us?
Yes.
Yep.
So how is it on the way?
It's not.
No, not on the way. I thought we were going there to see the other prophet.
Yeah, it's directly above Moral
It's
Swamp.
close to the swamp. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's close to the swamp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I was just like, well, since when are we on the way there? Like, the fish is way above us.
No, sorry, yeah, no, it was because if we're going to the Moral Swamp, then and it was kind of going off the fact of like what Ione was saying, that like we don't need to go back because they've been taken, but yeah.
I have no one to be in prison.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He's like, this isn't as bad for you at the moment, just so you know.
But it also is, because then it's like, oh yeah, I'm alone. Yay!
I'm alone.
Maybe you guys should check on Isadora and Alexa. I'm a little bit worried.
Isadora, are you okay? No. He
Clementine,
walks outside.
No,
Clementine.
we knew what you meant.
Thank you.
He walks outside. To yeah, because you know he would be pretty athletic, so he's like
behind the door.
Ione is kind of nervously looking at Isadora, waiting for her to leave.
Oh, my apologies. I'll go check on Clementine.
Do I see Alexa
Isadora
in
can
front of
read
the
a
golden
room.
thing?
You see Alexon like staring, dead to
Oh.
the villa.
I forgot to put myself where I wanted to
Okay.
be. Sorry.
You're like, fuck you, bitch.
Can I approach Alexon, DM?
Can I approach the bitch?
What did you say?
What do you think I
Can I
said?
approach the
I
bench?
approach the bench.
I said the
What did
bench.
you hear? What did you think I said?
Yeah, you can, definitely.
Yeah, I just come up to him and be like, you good or you need time?
Alexon kind of turns to you. His eyes are completely red. You're not entirely sure if it's with rage or with sadness. Like his eyes just feel really like puffed up. And he looks at you and he just kind of goes, "What kind of man am I, Elio? My wife has been suffering for 25 years and I didn't even think about it. Selfish man."
I wouldn't say it was selfishness, Alexon.
It was
Pain
selfish to
has a
think.
way. No, it is not selfish. Because pain has a way to close your mind.
She died in my arms, Elio. Her last words to me were, if we had another life, that she would love me again. I was sure she found peace in those words. I was sure she made her way to Elysium. I thought that Hades would only play his trick on me. I didn't even begin to think that he would be cruel enough to hurt Euphemia like that. I need to get my way back to the underworld. Maybe Ione was right. It did not belong here.
Like this. And he kind of like darts his eye towards the villa. Not like this, Alexon. Whatever holds you here, guilt, shock, leave it behind. Your wife needs you now. There is a lead that we can follow. Are you in?
This lead, it will take me to my wife.
The only lead we have. To your wife. To the new gods. To the old gods. Whatever it is. I also probably should mention. Out of character, I'm probably the worst person to say this information. But
Yeah. He's like, by the way.
yeah.
It is the only way. This is a
Yeah.
man-to-man talk.
Also, I probably should mention. I know of your sons. From
His
what Tiresias was saying.
His eyes kind of widen and he's like, my fucking sons, how? No. Okay, what did Tiresias say?
Okay. This is going... There is no other way to put it, so I'll give it to you straight and fast. They work for the new gods.
His hands kind of like clench harder on the sword. Prophecies are a fucking bitch. All right. I know what you're saying, Elio, and I needed a moment to collect my thoughts. Thank you for getting information about my sons. I don't know where this journey will take us, but I understand now that my purpose back in Greece is to track down the old gods and the new gods. And if your journey, everyone else's journey, is going down that path, then I will follow as well. And I pray, and I pray the old gods, especially Hades himself, is alive. Because what I will do to him when I see him, I do not have the words for.
Oh god.
Damn.
Fair.
Just make sure you, if you ever find Apollo before I do, make sure you let me know and don't put your hands on him. I have business to settle.
I see that you also hold some hate towards the old gods, Elio.
I'm not sure anymore,
And you
but
two.
we'll see.
Sorry.
No. I was just saying, but I'm not
just-
sure anymore, but we'll see.
Okay, just don't move back yet. We'll jump to these
Oh.
other two conversations so that we can see
Yeah.
what. We'll go with Ione first. As
Okay,
the room clears and you're sitting there with Tiresias.
She very intentionally waited for everyone to leave. So she's gonna move closer to Tiresias. I'm sorry, I have to ask you something very personal, and I hope you don't tell the others.
Of course.
Well, I have two questions. You said you were in the underworld for a long time.
Yes.
Do you know Hades?
I don't. I'm not on a friendly basis with Hades, no.
Is he as terrible as Alexon makes him sound?
The gods were neither terrible nor holy. They, like us, were driven by their own wants and needs, and
Exactly, that's what I thought.
Hades, this will surprise you, but more often than not, he was one of the more reasonable of the gods. He
That's
was
what
not
my mom said too.
He was not perfect by any means. None of them were. But he had his moments. Though when it came to the underworld and souls there, he guarded them jealously. None could leave. Only those that paid the right fare could enter. It's
An order.
yes. Order was very much that of Hades' domain.
Yes. And that is no longer the case.
That
It
is
Zimbabwe.
yes. Peribue is cunning.
Zimbabwe.
She is cunning and only treats those who she favors with any kind of kindness.
Right. Who killed her champion?
He did not die.
Oh,
He left.
left?
Yes.
I don't understand. If she's anything like Hades and replacing him, no one would be allowed to leave.
And he puts his hand on your shoulder, turns you, and looks dead into your eyes. And you can see into this man's soul. And he is like, there are things more terrifying than gods.
Oh. Okay. Okay. My second and last question. She's trembling a little bit. Is it all my fault? What? That everyone is in this place together and they're all suffering and losing loved ones?
He he coughs and splutters a little bit. He's like, no, don't think that. That is not true at all. The gods have... They've taken notice of you all. It's not just you. It is... Like, I have seen your paths here, and all but Isadora have had run-ins with these new gods. It is not one of you responsible for this at all. They talk
Would you,
to each other, these new gods. They share information.
so they don't bicker like the old gods?
No, I wouldn't say they don't bicker like the old gods. I'm sure they do just as much, but I am not surprised that they have probably watched you. Maybe when
You
you were
said-
in Thebes, they have spies that could have seen you and report back and then have gone about doing what they must. You must remember, at the end of the day, prophecy or not, these are still gods. What they can and can't do is incomprehensible to you.
See. You said everyone but Isadora has had a run-in with them. I do not remember meeting a new god. I don't think I've ever met a new god.
He puts his palm on your forehead and reminds you of the incident on the bridge when you were traveling with the rivet, and the undead figure that
Oh, yeah.
that claimed to be a representative of Bruboy.
Yeah, now it makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the soul that was not in the underworld. Oh, that makes so much sense. Wait, is she keeping souls outside? That's terrible.
She plays her games. I'm not sure what her machinations are, but again, if I were to bet on who is the most cunning of these new gods, I would put it on her.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help, Tiresias. I appreciate it. And I know it must be very difficult to be the messenger all the time.
I've opted in the past to not give people their prophecies because sometimes them being angry and putting you in prison is less painful than seeing them be defeated.
I understand. That king was kind of rude anyway. I didn't like him.
He was a bit of a dick, I'll be honest.
He was a bit of a dick.
Oh, thank you. I'll leave you here with the tea and go check on the others. That was all I wanted to know. I'm glad it's not all my fault.
It's definitely not, as he ruffles your hair.
He would feel something in the hair when he ruffles it.
Doesn't
But he
shock him
probably
at all,
knows.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, you can go to the others. I'm gonna go join them in a bit anyway.
Excellent. All right. Clementine, Isadora, you stand outside at the small water fountain in front of Argus's house.
Clementine's kind of
Yeah.
leaning up against the railing and she's just staring at the statue, kind of like running her fingers through the surface of the water, deep in thought.
Isadora walks up and kind of imitates her leading as well, and but instead of with her fingers, she kind of just swirls, kind of makes little whirlpools in the water with her druid magic, with her I think there's a specific her wild touch. Um, how you doing?
Sometimes gonna kind of like glance at Isadora and sigh. I mean, fine. I guess this is just really weird to me. I don't understand what's happening.
Neither do I. It's all a bit of a I came to get answers for something that's happening back at home, and then just a whole lot of I don't even know what to call it happening, and
Bit?
no shit. Yeah, no, that's perfect, perfect way to put it. I'm sorry that it does seem a bit more confusing for you, but like you said, you didn't really know your dad or your mom. Maybe there were certain things that you didn't know about them that makes like gives you a reason why you're part of this. You know what I mean?
Yes. But to be honest, if it makes me anything, it makes me angry. To think that if there is something big enough in my life, in my past, that throws me into this shitstorm, the fact that Celine never told me,
Yeah.
I just don't understand why.
No, I feel you, and I think what we all need right now is answers, right? And Tiresias, he can only give so much, so I think we're gonna have to go and find them ourselves.
Clementine kind of pulls her hand out of the water and shakes it gently, and she turns to look at Isadora and says, "You're right. I'm just gonna have to find the answers, and I think the way to do that is to free our family. My dad and... Sorry, who did they take from you?"
And her voice kind of catches my mom. I
Clementine's
believe
gonna
I took her.
take Isadora's hand with her not wet hand. She's gonna grab it with her dry one.
I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet.
No other reason. And she's gonna kind of like squeeze it and be like, "I know we haven't known each other long, but I'll be there. I want to help you get your mom back. I know what it's like to have no one to call mother, so I want to help you. And the others too, of course."
Of course, no, I really appreciate you saying that, Clementine. Yeah, and we're gonna find your answers. We're gonna find everyone's answers, and I think, if everyone's wanting to, I think we're a good group to stick together. I think we look out for each other. I think that's a good start.
Clementine, she's always thought that, kind of looking after herself and being by herself is the best way to go. So she likes these people, but she's still not there yet. So she kind of just gives Isadora like a smile and a nod, but she doesn't actually agree with her, because at this point in time, she's still thinking, I'll help them get to where they need to go and they'll help me, but I don't. Once we have what we need from each other, she can't stay, because that's just not who she is. So she
Yeah.
kind of just gives Isadora's hand one last squeeze and says, "All right, well, we better be off."
Yep. Let's go.
All right. You all convene back at the out the front as you all walk back, very defeated, very run down by this morning's prophecies. Shall we go to break?
Yeah.
I need to...
Okay. We're going to break. When do you guys want to come back?
10 minutes. We can do the
10
usual.
minutes?
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll come back at 5:25. Yeah, cool. And get back into it. All right.
Yeah.
Go take a quick breather.
I
All
got 2 pages of notes.
My note is empty. I was
Well,
just RPing.
this was pretty much the session that gives you the main quest. So
The lore drop.
yeah. All right, cool. We will go on break and we'll be back.
Oh.
Okay, BRB. And we're back. Awesome, perfect. It's so hard to figure it out when you're fucking editing the video and you're like, what, and then we're talking. I'm like, where do I cut? So this is a new solution, and it is helping a lot. All right. I hope
My
you all.
wolf now, DM.
Oh fuck yeah, I haven't done them yet. All right, I'll do those real quick. Boom. I'll add some people's morphs in that they have made for their characters.
Oh, thank you for the reminder. Speaking of reminders, oh my god, did you know we're live on Twitch? Crazy! Did you know? Did you know, Spotify
Every
listener, that
Sunday.
you could be watching this live on Twitch? Crazy!
Hey man, that's
Indeed.
good. I should do that sort of stuff. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, I didn't write or do anything for that yet. We still haven't had anyone pop up and chuck their name in the followers hat for this giveaway. So I guess I'm gonna keep it all to myself, all greedy like. Yeah, I'm gonna. No, hopefully some
Time
people
to
pop
play
up.
too.
Hopefully some people pop up at the end. Have you linked your new figure, Ione? I can't see.
I am trying to look into it now, but I think I shouldn't have to like log out and then log back in, right?
No, you shouldn't.
I should just refresh your.
And it
Hero
should be
Forge.
in my
Should be a news.
creatures?
Yeah,
No,
Hero
content
Forge.
subscription?
So you go, yeah, you just
Hero
go
Forge. Oh, yeah, I
Hero
see it.
Forge and then user, and
Yeah, okay.
then once you link it, it'll pop up in campaign linked for me. And then
I have linked it now. I think you can.
all right. Let's. Yes, it is there. Hi, yeah, perfect.
Beautiful.
It is there and available for you. Cool.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and we are back. Go crazy.
Hold on, just add a character. Tiresias isn't coming with us, right?
No,
No, we're leaving him here.
He's gonna stay here with Argus while you guys go off.
Okay. Okay. Clementine's just gonna kind of close the door. She'll kind of say to Tiresias, "Stay with
Argus.
I've got his name. Stay with
Argus.
Argus.
Oh,
And lay low. We'll be back as soon as we can.
of course. Be
And
safe.
Thank you for everything. Thank you."
No problem.
And then she's gonna gently close the door.
The sad face as he closed the door. He in no way or form enjoyed what just went down.
I mean, I'm sure in his long years he sent more than one person on a quest or something, or a prophecy or a journey. So
It doesn't make it any easier.
yeah. So he's not happy.
We should decide where we go.
Yes, well, we did say we were going to potentially take on one of the quests that we were
Abundant
given
Town.
in Thebes
They are
to
closer.
test our worth.
I think we first have to become better before we go and seek out the titans in the Ashen Fissure for answers.
Agreed.
I agree. Perhaps the
Me
bandit
too.
might be the best place to start.
Yes, I mentioned this before, but I've killed the bandits on my way to Thebes, so I know that I am not shy of taking their lives.
I would prefer that because I have never killed a person and I don't feel right killing an actual living person rather than a monster. That seems a little bit easier.
That is fine. Let my hands be stained with blood opposed to yours. It is already stained anyway.
Mm,
Where did they say these bandits were? And Clementine's got this kind of like energy about her where you can tell that she's putting on a fast, but underlying you can just tell there's a bit of just something's not, like she's not as calm as she usually is, but it's not enough to say anything.
Hmm.
The bandits, they were about southeast from Thebes. We follow the road, and then it's in the forest area.
Shall take you to the world map so that you can discuss
Yeah.
this from that point.
Who wants to be on the world map?
And then the bank job is.
also in the forest, I think.
So,
Is Alexon?
It's instead of southeast, it's west.
all right. So I'm putting you
and
all
it's
here.
next to a lake.
Summoning. One person will lead, but I've just got you all here while you're discussing.
No way.
So you're all here. From what you were given instructions, from the instructions you were given, the way to the bank job was, if you can see my little ping, off in this direction, somewhat near the Umbra Lake, where Ione had passed through to get here. And alternatively, the job that was given to you by Savra is in this direction. She made a point that there's like, you would notice it on the outside of Thebes, that it is visible. So they're the two directions that you've sort of got. Do note that this direction where the bank job is also quite close to, obviously, Moral Swamp, which is the location, well, the fungal youth's assumed location. So you've got those sort of things. And then obviously, last but not least, Ashen Fissure is here.
Right above there, yeah.
Well, I think my opinion is that we go to the bandits first, and then we head west after that.
I agree because I would like to. Well, if we're going towards the thieves, perhaps we can check on the fungal youth, and seeing as there's no one in my home now, we can use it.
Yeah.
So bandits first to get that out of the way. And it's most likely that we'll fight with the bandits, while the thief could be resolved without violence, I would like to think.
Yeah, I agree. We can definitely maybe try and get kind of remind him of, that stealing is wrong, and and kind of talk our way through that.
Yeah.
I agree. Does anyone have any objections?
Sounds good to me.
Wonderful.
That's the way forward.
I'll be right back.
Cool. All right. Well, one of you will say Alexon leads the group. You can start moving towards that location.
Bandit camp.
Are you feeling better, Alexon?
No, Lady Ione. Oh, fuck. Ignore Lady Ione. That's not that's not what Alexon says. He just says Ione. No, Ione. I am feeling driven. Probably is the right way to say it. I was caught up in my needs and worrying about my sons that I didn't even think about the fact that my wife, that Euphemia, would be suffering as well. I didn't think Hades would stoop that low to torment her for years.
I'm really sorry for that.
As we get to that point, sorry,
Ione.
just as you guys are discussing, you arrive at the front of Thebes. And as you are sort of making your way to pass, you hear yelling happening. I'm just going to take us to this map real quick. You continue your conversation while I quickly place you guys down.
Yeah, I'll just be like, she burned to death, Ione. It was not a pleasant death. To relive that moment over and over again for 25 years. There is
It
no
is a-
worse punishment.
It is a terrible fate. Yet I
And she
wonder
was
if
not
there is
like me.
more to the story that you don't know.
I do not understand what any logical person would treat Euphemia like that. Euphemia was she was like the sun. She blessed everyone with her presence. She reminds me a lot of Isadora, really. She treated everyone with kindness and she taught me the ways of Xenia. Uh, that doesn't come easy to us Spartans, but she was different. She was a kind soul. I don't know what other things could be about the story, but no way can any punishment, whatever happened, can't justify what she's been going through for the last 25 years.
She sounds wonderful, Alexon. And let me ask you, are we now, all of us, not persecuted and punished by these new gods for things that are beyond our control? Things that some of us may not even know about. Just like
Yes.
that, I think your wife is maybe caught in something simply by association, not by who she is. We aren't always judged by our character, but who we are.
Are you saying that she is being punished because of what I've done?
Maybe. Maybe that is the
Yoni,
case.
that is not. This is not the time for that. The man
I'm
is
sorry.
grieving.
I'm sorry.
As you say that, the hoplite Marius approaches you as you just are like you are walking past Thebes. He approaches you, he's like, "Stay back. You don't want to come into the city at the moment."
I'm
What?
back.
There.
What do you mean?
Stay back, and then she goes up to him.
He stabs you in the throat. You fucking die.
No.
Nah. He's like the the gods were not pleased with Creon's decree.
What?
They sent Ranus, champion of Alcyonius, and he slew Creon for letting Tiresias leave.
Yes,
God.
Korean's fault.
What about Oedipus?
Oedipus is a quick talker and is ruling, but is under the thumb of the new gods. He has warned me to tell you to keep your distance from Thebes for now.
Understood.
This champion of Alcyonius, what was his name?
Ranus.
Ranus.
Ranus? Question mark.
Ranas.
Ah. Okay.
Clementine looks very sad to hear that she can't return home for a while. And she kind of reaches forward and squeezes Barrios' arm and says, "Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay away."
I'm not sure what the go is at the Dryad's Nectar, but you at least should avoid the city proper.
Clementine kind of nods solemnly and then looks at Barrios and says, "Good luck."
Thank you.
What do you say? The Dryad's Nectar.
Yeah, that
Will
is
be her
the
establishment.
that is the name of the establishment that Clementine works at.
The neck.
The
That's what we
Dryad's
call it.
Nectar.
The
How
neck.
crazy.
The neck.
It's a
As
good name.
as he moves back to guard the gates. You see, obviously, the gates are shut, and no one is permitted in or out at this time. You make your way out, and Alexon, I return the control back to you on the main board. There you go.
Alexon is kind of like in thought and just kind of gripping his sword while walking ahead silently after what Ione said. In his mind, he's just kind of wrestling his decisions of his past, and now he's kind of blaming himself for what is going through.
She's watching that happen real time and it feels really bad. So she's like, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe what happened to both of you was something else entirely that you don't even know about.
But you're not wrong, Ione. I did kill a worshipper of Hades. He was a terrible man, but I did. And that is my sin to bear.
Maybe there's something bigger than that. It seems like a very severe punishment, I agree, but maybe there's something more to it. I don't know.
He's just kind of like absorbing what you're saying, but you can see him like his voice kind of cracking. He presented himself as like, with strength and confidence, and you can see that kind of like decaying, and he's very unsure of himself as he's walking ahead.
Okay.
Mr. DM, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
It is 20 to 5. Oh, in game? 20 to 6. Even then, I butchered that. 20 to 6.
20 to 5.
20 to 5. Nah, in game, it would be like midday at this point, a little bit after.
Can you imagine me just pausing the entire stream to ask what time?
Excuse me. I genuinely was like, I don't know, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
My bad. And I was
Midday.
wrong. That's the worst part. I was fucking wrong.
yeah, it's
20 to 6. Nobody clip this. All right, keep moving.
20 to 5.
20 to 5. So much confidence in that.
I know,
All
I
right.
love it.
As Alexon is in charge, you guys finally come onto this portion of the road where you notice that the normal sort of dirt roads start to become littered with bits of rock and stone, like boulders of some kind of unknown substance to you. As you see this sort of site start to, look more manufactured as you're walking down this road.
As we kind of arrive, like getting closer to our destination, Clementine, again, she's kind of been silent for most of the walk, but yeah, there's like some nervous energy about her, and she kind of lolls behind and kind of like grabs Elio by the arm, and she kind of like drags her fingers up his arm and then goes, "Come and find me if we survive this, and we can have that talk like you mentioned." And then she kind of like whispers it, like kind of like almost whispers it like really close to his ear as she like runs her hand down his arm, and then like just keeps walking and doesn't like wait for his reaction.
Yeah, he's just like saying to himself, like, "We will survive this."
He's oblivious, man. She's like stroking his arm and like whispering, and
It's like a
he's
stone wall. It's like, "We will
Could
survive this.
slap
Don't
his
worry."
ass and he still wouldn't be one the wiser.
He would
Don't
not
worry.
think they're just gonna have a nice conversation.
Don't worry, we will survive this.
Ooh.
Clementine kind of looks back and goes, "Eager."
So you guys notice there's a bit more of sort of a bit more nature around in this area. You guys start to see goats sort of walking around, chilling on the side of the road. Over to the right, you see what looks like a small marsh. It's sitting there like just an isolated little swampland. And then off to the north, you see the road sort of steps off into like a set of stone stairs.
Can I pick some flowers on the way? Just stopping, getting some grass, some moss, a little bit.
Yeah, you just
A little bit.
start
Collecting some
picking
greenery.
anything that you can. What are you trying
Yep.
to say, Isadora?
I just wanna try and speak with the plants around, if I could.
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to say to them?
I'm just wanting to ask if there's any kind of danger, like up ahead. Kind of like, has they noticed any kind of dangerous looking people walking around here recently?
There is one right behind you, plucking them from the ground.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're like, get these garbage away from me! But do you need to roll something?
Yeah. Instinct. And it's a 12.
Okay.
On a roll with fear, their knowledge might be limited or come at a cost.
Okay.
But let's do this. So
Normally,
instinct-
that's what Clementine makes people do.
Can I
What the hell?
Can I use a hope to use my experience nature's voice as well?
Sure.
Cool. Are you fucking okay?
What?
16 with fear.
All right. So, you reach down and start to just talk to like this shrub of trees and like a shrub of bushes, and the people around you are watching you just lean down and start talking to specifically this fucking here. And as you're talking into the shrubbery, it conveys to you that yes, there are bandits in the area, but they are loyal to an old status quo. And that's all they give you.
But they are. What was the word you used? They are
loyal
loyal
to an old status quo.
Okay.
They're gay.
What the?
Alexan?
Yes, Isadora. And you can see he kind of his reaction is very slow.
I'm sorry to catch you in thought there, but I thought just letting you know because you're taking the lead that the plants, my friends over here, they said that there are bandits in the area, but they're loyal to an old status quo. So, unfortunately, they're a bit vague with me today. My mind's elsewhere as well, but thought more information better than none, right?
Yes. So I assume you do not know what old status quo means then, Isadora?
My first thought is something to do with the old gods, maybe like old ways, but I don't. Old status quo, I don't know. That throws me a little bit, but I don't know. That it might come in handy when we see them. Maybe something might make sense with that information. I don't know. Maybe they'll just tell us.
Bandits are bandits, so
exactly. I mean, these ones killed a king, right? So they're not going to be very helpful, I don't think.
we'll see what's ahead of us. But thank you for that, Isadora. And
No.
Cool.
No worries.
So you
I have my
guys,
bow ready, by the way.
cool. You guys continue to make your way forward. You see a signpost, sort of next to this staircase that has crumbled. There's still a bit of it that's legible, but it is mostly fallen to the ground and broken.
what does it say?
You see on it the words Hestia temple. That's all that's left.
DM.
Mhm.
Could I
Clementine
perhaps
is watching. I only pick the flowers.
just going by, could I perhaps take a gander at the goat to see if they have like a marks of ownership, like if it's not wild, like maybe a brand, maybe
Yeah.
a necklace, maybe a collars thingy majiggy, like any in sign that they were not
Yeah, go on, give us an
natural.
instinct.
Sweet. I will do so. An instinct plus 0. Wow, amazing. Oh. Ooh, it is a 6 with hope.
All right.
Ooh.
6 with hope. You look at them. One thing that does surprise you is that they seem to be just super cash, right? These goats just hanging out. Like they aren't running away. You look over them, they don't seem to have any kind of markings or whatever, but yeah, they're just wild goats, but seem to be quite pacified.
I want to kind of just run up to the two ladies in the back, Ione and Clementine, and I'm just gonna whisper like, the goats seem to have been acclimatized to the people, so perhaps the bandit aren't as
Yeah.
or loud as we think. Just be careful.
Maybe we don't have to fight.
Maybe I'm still ready for it, and I kind of show her my bow.
It's also as you get to this point, you guys start to notice breaking out from the rubble and ruins ahead of you. You guys start to see a like faint pillar of smoke, sort of rising up from the middle, and then it sort of grows, and you see like a decent sort of pillar of smoke, at least insinuating to you that there is some kind of fire going on in the middle here of this ruins.
There are people in there, for sure. How do we approach this?
What are you asking? Are you asking the
Yeah.
whole group?
I'm asking Isadora behind me.
Ah,
Well, I could try and scout ahead to see how many people, what it's like.
If you think that is best, Isadora, then I think that is best as well.
More
Yes,
information,
ma'am.
the better. And I will. Yep. Sorry, I'm gonna go.
No. Sorry, I had a question about like the game itself. So you keep going.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm looking for a beast to turn into. So go.
Yeah, what's up?
I just wanted to ask that if you roll with hope, you gain a hope
Yes.
every time, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I have full hope.
Nice.
use it on something.
We're about to fight, so.
True.
Mr. GM, do you have like a hawk or a raven?
There is the raven that comes with the thing, the crow, so that one's easy.
Like
Beast.
a flying bird?
Yeah. It's the one thing you don't have, hey?
I was looking on all of my new ones I haven't got, but you can't find a flying in the community.
There you go.
So, yeah, thank you. All right. Well, I'll go have a look.
As you
Just say-
transform into a raven, just for the listeners.
Yes.
Cool.
Seeing her morph, I just look at it and I was like, that just happened.
Yeah, you would have seen a talking with Isadora's voice as well, like a talking raven. Because
It's
I
like,
can
I'm
still
gonna go
see
and see it. You
Cool. And
She
you
was a
begin
wolf
to.
before.
Yeah, well, I don't think Elio himself saw the transformation for the wolf because it was in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so seeing this, it was like, what the? You're all cool with this? All right.
So you take flight. and begin to head up sort of towards the tree line, and you can make out where the smoke is coming from very clearly. As you begin to head over there, you are able to see what looks like a very thrown together camp with some sort of shittier walls put around it, large stockpile of different items. From your view here, you can make out that there seem to be 4 people sitting inside the camp, another individual off out to the back, and then you're able to sort of catch just off in the distance at a broken down temple is a larger individual sitting there praying. You see in the middle of this camp a large bonfire with meat cooking on top of it, a chest, tents, all that sort of stuff. But the people there don't seem to, even if they do notice you, they don't seem to care, as you are simply a bird flying around. And yes, some of them seem to be on guard. Some of them are just chilling. But yeah, thank you for the follow, Noxus. You fucking fuck. you already
Whoa.
follow.
You
Um,
cheater.
Wow.
it doesn't set. Who did that before? It doesn't count. All right, you dog. Yeah. So you sort of are just watching over the skies, and you see that yeah, these guys are relatively chill.
Okay. Can I hear can I hear any like conversation or anything?
At the moment, no. They're sort of all just hanging around, taking it easy, resting. You
Okay.
know, there's the guard, like watching over the road that you guys sort of are coming from that direction. But
Mhm.
besides that, no, there's not much happening.
All right. I'm gonna fly over to that little temple as well.
Cool. All right. You start to fly over. You do notice that as you're flying over, the sort of more draconic purple individual that you saw does seem to watch you as you fly over. Not alarmingly so, but she's definitely noticed you up in the sky flying around. She doesn't seem to find it to be concerned, but you do see she catches you. Like she catches sight of you.
Gonna
The figure
fly
at the
over here.
The figure at the temple is sitting there, and you hear mutterings of Hestia and damning of new gods and whatnot. But he is, yeah, it is a quiet prayer. So
You can't hear anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then I won't go straight to the place. I'll like sweep into the trees so she doesn't see where I go.
Yep.
And then
Look,
and I perch on my shoulder.
Very
just gonna give her a little head pat.
nice.
And I kind of just relay what I saw, that there is the archer watching the road, and that there's 4 of them. There was 4 in the camp, or 4 including the tiefling. was
4
it?
in the camp, and then the tiefling on top.
Okay. And then there's a tiefling, and then there's also another larger gentleman praying to Hestia.
Hestia?
To the old gods.
Old gods. Hestia is an old god, is she not?
Yeah, I believe so. And that's, correct me if I'm wrong, that's forbidden, right?
Well, I
Maybe.
think I'm starting to piece together why potentially these guys killed the king.
Well, I thought they didn't worship the new gods until the new king.
That is what I thought as well. Wasn't Crayon the one who loved the new god?
Yeah, it was Crayon. So them killing the old king, if they did, only made it worse because they just started following the new gods even more.
I'm fairly certain, I don't know about your circumstances, but when I grew up, people already started to worship the new gods as I was growing up.
Oh, I didn't even know about them up until now, but I was in the swamps.
Kind of bandits kill a king of a country, a city, and then camp not even an hour's walk away.
It is strange.
Well,
I would,
we will come in to find if they did it or not, right?
I would like to say I am still very not sure of them, but if they do worship Hestia, I remember my mother talking about Hestia, the warmth and the hearth and the love for the family. It's a striking contrast to what we see. They kill and they pillage. I would just caution an open mind, because things might not be as it seems. We might be played.
I agree. Dora, how far was the praying person from the camp?
Not far. But it wasn't directly connected to the camp. The camp was kind of looks like they made it up themselves. But they're on watch, so they're relaxing but also keeping watch.
Do you think it's possible for us to go around and only speak to the praying person right now without alerting the others?
Well, they're not really, because there is one of those draconian
Oh,
people like Severa.
yeah.
She's watching the bigger gentleman, so, and she is close to the camp, so I
That's
don't think we'd be
terrifying.
able to.
Yeah.
Did it look like the man praying was a prisoner?
I don't think so. He just looked like he was. I didn't get too close because, not that it seemed like she cared, but she did notice me. The What I know she's called an Infernus.
No, she's a Dracona.
She's Dracona? Okay, cool. I thought we said Tiefling, that's why I thought.
No,
Yeah, but
no.
no.
So
Dragon.
DM,
Oh yeah, no, she is the like I just saw her from the back. So I thought she was a Dracona. No, she would be an Inferni, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mitch.
DM, is there any role that I can make that would kind of, because I have a theory right now, and I'm quite confident as a out of table they wouldn't shoot me on sight. But is there any role that would, kind of convince Elio that maybe they wouldn't shoot on sight and be open to talking?
I think that
Like I don't know.
I don't know. I think that Elio, being that he's your character, it's more than justified for you to say that that's how he'd feel and that's what he'd think. I don't think you need to make a role. I know he's untrusting, but you're thinking about the greater picture at the moment, not just what's in front of you. And I think having that line of thought is more than enough of a segue into you being like, I don't think these guys are fucked. That sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe last night's Beggar kind of like made you think differently. I don't know.
Nah, I still think that guy's sus. But I guess Elliot would just be looking at the party and kind of go, "This might sound crazy, but hear me out. What if I go up to them, I drop my bow, and I ask them to embrace me with open arms?"
Alone?
I would be comforted if I know that you all are in some position of able to imminently help me. But
I am pretty good
I
at
have
sneaking around.
Why would
I have
you
a
do
great
that, Elio?
instinct. I have a great instinct that they would not shoot me on sight. I don't know, I trust my gut.
Based on what Isadora said, I'm inclined to say the same. I think there is more to these bandits than what we've been told. We were told they are
Yes,
heartless murderers. They don't look like it.
100%. And just that's why, just in case, you all are in a position where you can ambush them if I get ambushed.
Okay.
So just as a reminder, when we spoke with Sever about this, um, I don't know if you remember, but we also questioned how do we know that these people did it, and we've got to look for the king's cloak,
Yeah, the
white
cloak.
leopard fur, and that is a pretty good indicator that they did it. And if they, I guess we could just question them to be like, well, why do you have it if they have it? But yeah, that would
So,
be a pretty good indication as to they have at least something to do with the death of the king.
Isadora, could you perhaps find a great vantage point to kind of oversee the thing? And if I was attacked and the others couldn't see me, you would alert them with your, I don't know how it works. Would you call? Would you just go like, guys, he's attacked? I don't know.
Yeah, I can. Oh, what can I do? Yeah, I can definitely like swoop down and advise. I think we should definitely um move up slightly. Not too
Yeah,
close, obviously.
okay.
Maybe more to the right side because at this stage the road is on the left side and that's where the archer is looking. So if we go more to the right side, so we're a bit closer, we can hide in there, and I
Do you
can
think
take to the sky
we could
and
hide in
keep an
that
eye on you.
building structure by the
Yeah,
tree?
I think so. If we be
Okay.
quiet about it.
I'm very quiet.
Yeah.
Elio is eager to be bait.
All right.
I am also using my Wildborn Lightfoot ability. My movement is naturally silent. I have advantage on move without being heard.
Cool. Cool.
Clementine's gonna kind of like grab Elio's arm and just be like, perhaps I should come with you. I do have a talent for sweet talking.
I would not dream to put you in danger.
I can take care of myself. You're the one going into danger if you go by yourself.
You have someone to go back to. I do not.
Don't be stupid, Elio. Your life still has meaning.
I understand that. I'm just saying, you have someone waiting for you. I am more disposable in the grand scheme of things.
Clementine kind of like shakes her head and goes, that's not true. I'm coming with you. And then she kind of like
Okay,
takes a step forward and marches
if you say
determinedly.
so. Uh, yeah,
All right. You make your way up towards the thing as you see almost immediately one of the bandits standing on the ramparts takes notice of you. Um, they're watching you with their bow, but she lets you continue approaching. She does not call out stop or anything. She is
yeah.
aimed at you, but as you guys approach, we will finish the session there.